Hi YouTube, how are you? Welcome back to my channel. My name's Elizabeth. I have not been on in a minute, but thought I'd come on today and share an experience that somebody might find helpful. It's been a lot. The energy's been a lot. I definitely have been going through a lot in my own life, and I'm going through my second Saturn return. So today we have the moon in Cancer squaring Saturn in Aries, and my Saturn in Aries is conjunct right now, my natal Saturn with the transiting Saturn. So that's why I thought I'd come on and share this experience, maybe help someone understand more about Saturn feelings, the moon in Cancer, a square. And then I wanted to share also a download I received earlier in May 11th, actually, I received it. I wrote it down. And I've been keeping a journal on my Saturn return because Saturn, this is my second Saturn return, I think I said that really is requiring me to meet my edges. And that's hard because you have to be vulnerable. And, but today with that square, I really met my edges. It was not easy, and after I met my edges and felt so good, because when you meet your edges, Saturn is there behind you, supporting you 100%. And after I met my edges and dealt with the situation head on, like I did not collapse into anything, I went into it knowing I had to speak my truth, even though that left me very vulnerable, and I didn't know how it would end, the conversation or the situation, but I did it. And of course it was the conversation I was having was accepted. The individual accepted the conversation. We both did. It was a really great conversation. Solution came, or something like that, without getting into the details. And it doesn't even have to be super big for it to happen. It's just about meeting your edges and standing in your own authority, right? Saturn in Aries. And after that happened, I got off the phone, and this wasn't through texting or emailing. This was a back and forth trying to connect, talking. So it wasn't texting, so that there was real contact, speaking one-to-one, so it was clear. And I think, is it Mercury we have right now where did I put my sheet? So sorry. Yeah, my brain is like dead after today. We have Mercury in Gemini, so yeah, has to be clear, concise conversation. Nothing. Sometimes things can be misconstrued or misunderstood if it's texting. So back and forth for a few days trying to talk and not being able to talk yet because for whatever reason. So finally today we were able to connect, and that was great. And so in all that time, you have to sit in that energy. You have to sit in not knowing, and sit, and your mind, of course, Mercury in Gemini really wants to just go down a rabbit hole. And so I had to keep tapping back into Saturn and trusting and knowing I'll meet my edges, I'll stand in my truth, and I allow that for the other person. And so after this conversation today, I had such a cathartic cry, moon in Cancer. Like I really felt the release. And it was that moment, it was another Saturn return opportunity for growth, to see how far, you've come. How far have you come? What have you learned in the last 30 years? 28, 29, 30 years. And it felt really good. So the reason I share that is because I know it can be a struggle for people sometimes when we're going through things, and the human mind wants to know, but sometimes we just have to let go and allow in. And the download that I received prior to this on Saturn, I'm going to share here in a second. Saturn rules Capricorn, sorry, but it rules, co-rules Aquarius, and Uranus rules Aquarius now as well. So Uranus is the higher mind. It's the higher octave of Mercury. So can you see where I'm going here? Like there's a lot of energy. And so when I was going over my Saturn return, I was just meditating, not like really meditating. I was just kind of in like a still point where it's just thinking and mulling things over quietly. And what came through was Saturn is the human structure. Uranus is our soul breathing beyond those bounds. It is the unseen force that anchors our authenticity. And as soon as I got that, it went through me like a lightning rod, and my whole body just chilled. So I wrote it down, and I'm sharing it with you because I think it might be relevant for some people listening. Because we can't always know what's beyond. We only have this now moment. And in the 3D mind, we'll want to plan it out, and do the time thing, the human structure, but, Uranus is beyond that. And, Uranus is our authenticity as well, or Aquarius is our authenticity as well, which Uranus rules. So there's a lot there to think about, but that's the nuance of astrology, right? The way things are woven in. So trust in yourself and whatever you're feeling, because only you know the answers, or maybe you don't know, but it's still up to you. And you are your greatest guide. Absolutely. Okay, I'm gonna leave it there, and I will be back soon with another video. I don't know what about, but we'll see. Bye for now.